Oh, come on. I think we might be getting there. For some reason it takes ages to... I think we might be live. Let me just double check. Yes, I think we're live, guys. Sorry about that. I've had a few technical issues, all on my part. Sorry about that. And finally got over the start line. The gun wasn't loaded, so we couldn't start the race. But essentially, we are now live, and it's awesome to be here today to be doing a bit of live reaction action with two awesome people who I've been friends with for a good while now and think a hell of a lot of. So yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to both of Clownz and FC Violent for joining me. So yeah, start with FC Violent. How you doing, brother?
Top of the morning to you. It's like, nah, what's going on, everybody, man? This is FC Vine, obviously, and indie gamers sent the bat signal, so I had to come through, man. So good to be here, man. Can't wait to talk about some of these.
Thanks for coming on, buddy. Yeah, I know you like your indies, so thought it would be a good person to get on. We got some action today. The Indie World Showcase is always a good show. I watch it every time, and they always deliver some fantastic stuff. I don't want to curse it early, but like I hope we will see some great stuff today. We're going to talk a little bit about pre-show. We're going to hopefully talk about hopes and dreams and kind of predictions in a minute. But firstly, I just want to introduce as well and the other partner who's going to be doing this with me today, who is Italian Clownz, and it's a true honor to have you on, my friend. We've tried to sync up for a little bit now, and we've managed to do it this time, so it's an honor to have you on, my good friend Clownz.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, the time zone is so rough sometimes because you don't realize, like what time it is there and then what time it is here, and it gets so confusing for me. But I'm really glad to be here with you, man. I always want to podcast with you and love the quality that you put out.
Thank you so much, buddy. No, I really appreciate you coming on, both of you guys. It's I know this is a bit more of a sort of impromptu thing because Nintendo love to put out the notification the day before the actual event of it, so but they still managed to get millions of people watching. But yeah, it was only announced yesterday, the Indie World, so we rallied together nice and quick to get this one organised, and like I say, it's an honour to have both of you guys on with me. I have to keep an eye on the clock too, and I think what I might do is pull up the other stream, but like I say, there's quite a bit of stuff we could see today. A lot of stuff. There's one specific things I hope we see today, which potentially might be out of reach, but that is, I'm going to jump the gun, and that is a bit of Hollow Knight Silksong action. I know FC Violet might find that hard to swallow, but
that's we always. Hollow Knight's a cool game, yeah. It's something I would probably look forward to as well, but it's not Ori 2,
Wow, that's your opinion. I love Ori 2 as well, for sure. But yeah, Hollow Knight Silksong is my most anticipated game, so that is why I'm so hyped to see that. But I want them to do the take the time they need to make the game that they want to make at the end of the day. So I don't want to obviously rush it, which I won't do. And they are a very small team, so if we don't see it today, I won't be surprised. But I would also be overjoyed to see it if it's at a ready state, if you see what I mean. But yeah, thanks as well for everyone who's dropped into the chats as well to join us. You guys are absolutely awesome. Always great to see familiar faces like Dazzy Baby in the chat, my main man, and one of my closest friends. And also Fastback, I say the same about you, brother. Thanks for popping in. VJ, great to see you, my friend. Always speaking a lot with you about games these days, and it's a pleasure to do that, buddy. And it's awesome to see Jeepers Reviews in the chat, my good buddy, who loves his indie games as well, and it's fantastic to see you in the chat, Jeepers. It really is. So like I say, we're going to do, and apologies, I nearly missed off Slow-Mo there. Awesome to see you, Slow-Mo. It absolutely really is to see you in the chat, buddy. I always love our chats, bud. And Removable Sanity as well, another great guy. Thank you for popping in, bud. So like I say, we're going to have a little chat about things we hope we might see. If you have any ideas, let us know as well in the chat if there's anything you're dying to see, if there's any maybe games that's been announced in previous indie worlds, or just games that have been you've seen knocking around in their early state and they might be brought back, or unless you can read time, then you might be able to predict a game. But otherwise, I'm imagining we might see something brought back from its early state. There's apparently Sports Story has been confirmed to not be being shown at this event, which is a little bit of a shame for some people who enjoy Golf Story, one of the best golf RPGs. That's something you don't hear very often on the Switch. But yeah, I was interested to hear, have you got any sort of ideas, guys, like whoever wants to go first, Clownz or FC Violent, have you got any sort of hopes that you might see out of this event?
I could jump
Yep,
first.
jump on it, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see whether or not Fall Guys will be making an announcement on the Switch or in this indie world, because it's doing so well on the Steam and PlayStation. So I'll be curious to see how that is. I haven't played it yet, but I know you have, and a lot of people tend to enjoy it. So I'm curious to see about that, and as well as rumors of Microsoft supposed to be at this indie world as well. So I'm curious to see if that is the case and what game that is.
Was that confirmed? They've confirmed.
I don't know if it's confirmed.
Okay.
I just saw someone tweet about Microsoft supposed to be at this thing. So we'll see. You know how Nintendo and Microsoft have a pretty good relationship. So we'll see.
Most definitely. Maybe that's something to do with Ori and the Will of the Wisps coming over to Switch potentially happening then. Because obviously it's going to happen eventually. So I imagine it could, potentially it could be something to do with that. I know you'd be very happy to see it being spread out to more people. I know you've already got your teeth into it and loved it, I have too.
Yes.
But
and any way for more people to be under the Church of Ori and anything like that would be good to go.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, it's Church of Ori. Is that are you the priest of that church by any chance?
Yeah, I am the I guess second in line. I'm the chieftain of that church, and I'm spreading all goodwill and knocking on everyone's door in the UK, letting them know, praise be thee, thy Ori.
You're going a long way on your travels. Then I like that. Yeah, I mean, Ori's an amazing game for definite. I know there's a lot of people in the chat who enjoy the game too, like Jeepers. He loves a bit of Ori. I love a bit of Ori myself. Like you say, more people playing an amazing game like that is always a good thing, in my opinion. Not about this sort of like holding games back for consoles. It just doesn't make sense to me. Spread the love, baby. So yeah, was there anything else that you've had your eye on that you might want to see, or that any rumors that you've got wind of or anything like that?
Other than rumors, not really. Usually I just tune into your stuff and you kind of fill me in on a lot of stuff that I'm missing. But I'm curious to see what's like something that we have not been, any maybe shadow drops or something that's brand new that we haven't had, kind of like a world premiere in the indie world. That'd be great, especially seeing how Nintendo's been pretty quiet lately. So I'm curious to see what they have in their locker.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if you guys didn't know, they usually do this event about quarterly, I would say it is. So the last one was in March, and the one before that was in December, I believe. So yeah, I was definitely keeping my ear out quite a bit recently, and it's funny, like just over the last week, I was sort of really, I was almost tweeted like, when is it going to be? Come on, bring it on. And then it happened, which was pretty damn cool. I'm not saying I'm in touch with the extra senses or anything, but I just felt it was time, and it's good to see it happen. But obviously things have happened this year which have slowed certain things down. So hopefully that won't.
Indie Gamer the Insider?
Not at all, buddy.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Most definitely not. But anyway, I'm really keen to bring Clownz in and hear his opinions on all of this stuff, because it's an honor to have you, buddy, and you have some great gaming knowledge. I'd love to hear, just some thoughts. I know you haven't watched too many of the indie worlds potentially in the past, but you always keep your ear to the ground in gaming in general. So I'm keen to hear if you've got any thoughts on what you might want to see, might think we might see, or anything like that, buddy.
Well, to be honest with you, there's definitely at least two things I want to see, or I hope to see on Indie World. I really do hope that Fall Guys does go to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
I think that would be a fantastic addition to the indie library on the Switch. And I'm not sure if it's enabled crossplay yet, but I would really hope that there would be crossplay in the future between like Nintendo and PlayStation on Fall Guys. And I say that because I think, after a while, after the newness wears out on Fall Guys, like people might stop playing it maybe on PlayStation. So if you had like other players from a diverse cross-platform, I think it would keep the game alive a lot longer, and I'm having a ton of fun in it, and I could see myself playing that game for at least the next few years. The other thing too is like FC Violent mentioned, I think it would be really cool if Microsoft brought Ori to Nintendo Switch
Yes.
and Nintendo allowed it on the platform. I think that would be a huge that would really open up a kind of like a huge partnership between Microsoft and Nintendo, hopefully for the future, so that more Microsoft titles like that can end up on the Switch and more people can enjoy them. I mean, that's what games all about is just playing where you want to play and having fun playing games. Um, the I would like to see, to be honest with you, I'd like to see some indie JRPGs. I don't know what ones are being developed right now, but I
Nice.
definitely would like to see more of them on the Switch. Even if they're shorter games, you know, like I know Crosscode's one that came out for multiple platforms already, but you know, stuff like that, like that we could play, sink a few hours into, and just have fun with.
Definitely. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a good chance of that. I definitely agree with the Fall Guys and the Ori as well as I think there's a good chance of those. But yeah, JRPGs definitely. I think we will see some of that action for sure. They're not. I mean, there's a really good JRPG actually in the works at the moment, which I played. It was actually in the Xbox Game Showcase, which was called Chris Tales. I don't know if you've heard about that game. It's really, really cool. Did you check that one out by any chance? Or anyone check?
No, I haven't
Chris Tales?
heard of it.
I'd highly recommend checking out Chris Tales. It's really cool indie JRPG. It's like a love letter to JRPGs, they say. So yeah, I mean, I don't usually get into that many games. I mean, it's got a really cool like thing going on though with it's got like a time mechanic where you can see the past, present, and future all simultaneously on the screen. It's like certain stages in the gameplay, it divides off, and there's sort of like clever gameplay mechanics which come into play. It's also got a beautiful art style, and the story is really good, and turn-based combat, which actually is really good. I don't usually play much turn-based combat games, but I really enjoyed it in that one, and it kind of made me feel like maybe I should be checking out a bit more turn-based action.
Yeah, you said it's turn-based, it's JRPG with a really good aesthetic, and
Yep.
it has something to do with time. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
what other JRPG was like that?
Oh,
I
this
don't know,
is
Chrono Trigger?
okay. Well, there you go then. Yeah, fair enough. So that's where
that'd
I'm not in the expertise of that area. You see, haven't played Chrono Trigger, so yeah.
That'd be interesting. I mean, that got me. I had my mic muted. It's like, oh wait, that sounds interesting. At the same time, seeing the different events occurring, that sounds cool, man. So for those who haven't played the god known as Chrono Trigger, definitely do so.
Nice, definitely.
It still holds up to this day, really. The art style. is great.
I just took a look at the Chris Tales that you mentioned, Indy, and FC Violent should check that out too. I mean, like you said, the art style is fantastic.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't even look like like an indie studio.
No,
the art
no.
style looks like a professional
It's polished.
animation
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah, it's very polished.
Very well done.
Yeah, it really is. The demo was actually quite long as well. It was about an hour and a half, I think, I played for, and I finished the demo, and the story was really nicely done. There's voice acting as well, which is cool. So it's quite in depth, especially like you say for an indie studio. It's very nicely polished. I think that game's going to be a big hit actually. So yeah, check out Chris Tales. It's CRIS Tales. I think you'll dig, everybody, if you like that sort of thing. And maybe even if you don't, like myself, I checked it out as sort of like an outside chance that I might, and it was really, really cool game. I don't know who's holding like the marketing rights or if there is anything such thing like that with this particular game, but yeah. So I mean, regardless though, check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. It's supposed to be this year, I think, as well. Actually, the release. That's what I think they were aiming for initially, anyway. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Andy.
That's all right.
One other thing I wanted to mention that I'd like to see, and I don't know if Nintendo would allow it on their platform, but the Jay and Silent Bob games, the platformer ones, they look pretty interesting.
Nice.
The pixelated version, and then I guess that new one that they showed recently. I mean, both look really good. They look like fun platformers. Even if you don't like Jay and Silent Bob, the quality looks good.
There's a new one coming out, isn't there? Where was that showcase recently? I saw a Jay and Silent Bob like beat 'em up game. I think it was. Did you see that?
Yep. I can't. I think it was on a publisher showcase, but I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I don't remember, but I remember. If you know what I mean, I don't remember where, but I remember it being some sort of showcase like that. It looked pretty cool. How did you feel about that? Is that your vibe or?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I would definitely play that because it looked
nice.
very polished and it just looks like it reminds me of those, those 16-bit Super Nintendo games where you just had fun like going around the level just banging stuff up,
Yeah,
smashing stuff.
I love
Um,
it.
and it's got like that cartoony style. Look, the cartoony stuff reminded me kind of like of the recent Battletoads art that we've seen. So it's got a
Yeah.
mix of the nostalgia plus a modernization of the art.
Most definitely. No, that sounds cool. I love all that stuff. There's some really cool like retro games, retro inspired games which are coming out in the indie world always. But the good thing is like in like moving into next gen, it's a whole other discussion. But like what is indie is going to be pushed even further, like because there'll be amazing games being made by tiny studios that look so polished as we move forward into other gens as well. But let's just leave that there because that's a long discussion we could have another time maybe. But
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good, interesting topic to discuss in the future.
yeah, most
But I,
definitely.
I wanted to chime in a little bit. You mentioned Battletoads, so I saw, I think it was Rare posted or someone asked if whether or not it'll be on the Switch, and seeing how Battletoads is launching soon, they said no. But I'm curious to see why that is. Like, why wouldn't they have Battletoads on the Switch? Seeing how I think the original, or I think one of the Battletoads games actually is on the Switch, right? So
Well, yeah, that's true because like Ori is owned by like you know Microsoft, so that's come to the Switch. So is Cuphead. That's a different story, Cuphead though, but Ori is the same story as Battletoads would be because
yeah.
that's owned by Rare, isn't it? So it could definitely happen. Yeah, that could be the thing. You got your nose, you're sniffing around today for FC, aren't you? You got some potentials there. I like
I,
it,
I
man.
wonder, I wonder if they're just saying no to just surprise people and like, no, what actually it is,
Yeah,
and then Indie World is showing it because Battletoads is launching in like a week. So we'll see, man. It'll
on
be
the
one to look
20th.
out
Yeah.
for. One to look out for sure.
Most definitely, yeah. I'm gonna definitely be checking out Battletoads. Looks really cool. Definitely improvement for what it was. But yeah, what do you reckon to? Oh, I'm gonna have to take it back to a bit of Hollow Knight action. Do you think have you been keeping any ears to the ground on Hollow Knight? I'm interested to hear about what the chat think as well. Firstly, I just want to shout out Tempest Sun. What's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in, and Master Mayhem. Thanks for popping in as well, bud. Really appreciate you both. Yeah, just taking it back because we're 5 minutes away, I believe. Do you think we'll see some? I'm gonna put FC on the spot. Do you think we'll see some
Oh
Hollow
Lord,
Knight Silksong today of news of any kind? What do you
I know
reckon?
I know you've been waiting, and I haven't heard any murmurs since last time
Yep,
that we talked about it. So it'll be
exactly.
interesting to see if they do show it though. But have
Yep,
you? Because I know you follow it. Has the
yeah.
studio made any type of murmurs at all?
Okay,
Any
well,
any?
so what's happened? I'll give you a bit of a cast back to when it was announced, which was Valentine's Day 2019. And they said they were already 2 years into. Well, they essentially started it as soon as they finished the first release of Hollow Knight, which was 2017 on the PC. And then it was after on other consoles. And they said they had already like started it because it was originally a DLC. You see, it was going to be an extension of the original game. It became too big, so they were already in already, and and they haven't said much since that. They put out quite a big chunk of gameplay, which looked amazing. That was shown at E3 that year, and then nothing since that. Footage-wise, great trailer and footage. But all they've been doing is doing these sneaky little, what do we call them? Conundrums that you have to figure out to sort of find out a character. So you'd have to unlock these sort of like tales. I can't forget the word now. You'd have to unlock the code to figure out what character that it's going to be, and then it's a character that's going to be featured in the game. So that's the only other thing they've done, which has just been teasing little things like that. So I mean, Yeah, but that is all otherwise. So the main bit of gameplay they've shown is last as E3 2019. So what does that help you decide any more, or?
I think just for your sake, Indy, I think they'll show it, man. Just for you, buddy.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with if they don't. I just want them to make it for, I just want them to make the best game they can, kind of thing. What about yourself, Clownz? Have you been? Are you a Hollow Knight guy, or have you been paying much attention to the Hollow Knight Silksong development?
No, to
That's
be
cool,
honest
man.
with you, I played Hollow Knight, and there was a lot of back and forth, and I got lost.
Yeah,
So
it can be
I
like
kind
that
of
first.
I kind of like gave up on that. When I think of Hollow Knight, though, for some reason, and this might throw the topic off just a little bit, I think of Shovel Knight, right, by
Oh,
Yacht
yeah.
Club Games.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, Indie World would be the perfect place to show a new Shovel Knight stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they've done the package, haven't they, with all of the stuff in? Did you see that? I forget what they called it. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, I think it was called. That was a little bit back. So, yeah, you think there may be a new game or something like that? Yeah, it would definitely be from Yacht Club, isn't it?
Yeah, because Yacht Club's been really silent lately, right? So maybe
They've
they
got,
got something in the works.
They're publishing that ninja game that the name escapes me. It's a very small indie ninja game that's coming. But I forget the name of it. What's it called, man? Cyber Shadow. Yeah, they're publishing that, but they're not working on that. So I think they've been just working on the repackaging of the new features on that treasure trove and stuff. So yeah, I can't remember. They might be working on something else. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there's a lot.
Anything in the works from, I think it's Chucklefish Studios, the
Yep.
Stardew Valley people?
They've got quite a bit. Yeah, that's one thing we might see an update on, which is Eastward. They're publishing that game, and that was announced on the Indie World a couple of goes back, I would say. I think a lot of people think that might be potentially shown again for a release date. And yeah, I mean, we're 1 minute away, so I think we should maybe think about getting our head in the zone. The Tempest Sun says gets an indie showcase, woohoo! Thank you, my man. Oh, I think we're going for it. Let's do this, guys. Hopefully, we'll get Silksong. So tell me it's true. Let's turn the volume up and make it happen. Oh, here we go. COVID. Feel free to talk about us, guys. Let's do this. Super Giant.
Wow. This is
Hades,
right?
Yeah. Good
I
stuff.
did this game. When,
Okay, I might need to adjust a little bit. Let us know about the audio levels in the chat, guys. If we're balanced okay, that'll be much appreciated. What's up, Cybernox? Thanks for popping in, my man. Really appreciate it. And what's up, Cam McNair? Thank you for popping in, bud.
Again. Got you that time.
I don't think they'll show 12 minutes, my friend, unfortunately. I think that's more Xbox's domain.
and
On behalf of our
this
small
game
team
looks
at Supergiant
really good.
Games, I am really excited
Is
to
this already
announce
out?
our roguelike
It's
dungeon
in,
crawler, Hades,
early
is
access.
coming to Nintendo Switch.
oh, okay.
You play as the immortal prince of the underworld, trying to escape hell. And each time you die, it's like coming home. You advance the story, get stronger,
I like
and gear
that
up
art
for your
style.
next escape
It's
attempt.
really cool, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
a game you can sink dozens of hours into.
They,
and if you've already done so on
they made
PC, you'll be able to
Bastion,
transfer your
if you
progress
didn't
to
know
the
that already.
Nintendo Switch version
They
with
just
cross
mentioned
saves.
cross saves, so that's
So
kind of
if you
cool.
like the fast-paced action,
That is cool.
rich atmosphere, and character-driven storytelling of our past titles like Bastion and Transistor, we think you'll find something to love in Hades.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Indie World. I look forward at some games making their way to Nintendo Switch. I'm Mariko,
And I'm Tyler.
and that was a look into the Greek mythology-inspired
Yeah, art
dungeon
style looks
crawler,
cool as hell.
Hades,
Yeah,
from
man.
Supergiant Games.
In this game, you'll ally with members of the Greek pantheon, wield truly legendary weapons, and fight your way through the underworld as you attempt to escape the god of the dead.
Unleash the fury of Olympus when Hades makes its system debut on Nintendo Switch this fall.
Wow, Ariko, are we back in the 90s? It's so radical.
With all of its groovy GIFs, animated mouse pointers, and amazingly useful toolbars, Hypnospace Outlaw is a portal back to the early days of the internet.
You mean GIF, right? Scour the weirdest corners of the net, dodge computer viruses, and hunt down hackers
What you feeling about
and
this
other
game, Andy?
virtual
Kinda
villains
quiet.
as you seek to
Sorry, I
crack
was in
cases on the
behind the
digital
scenes.
streets of Hypnospace.
You won't have to wait long to start
I've not been
cruising
watching,
through
sorry.
cyberspace. Hypnospace
It's my way
Outlaw
out.
launches August 27th on Nintendo Switch.
Hang on a minute.
You can pre-purchase the game or download a demo of it from Nintendo eShop later today.
Is that Spiritfarer? No. Yes, it is Spiritfarer. Yes, baby. A new style of trailer, though. Spiritfarer, baby. Definitely looking forward to this game.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen this.
Oh, you've seen this. It's Xbox. It was revealed
Oh, okay.
on the E3. One of the big reveals of E3 for the indie side. At E3 2019, I think. This has got to be close, I think, to release. This is the first time we've seen like this style of trailer. That's usually gameplay.
Oh, cinematic, no gameplay? Interesting.
They've shown about 3 different gameplay trailers already.
I see.
Yeah, it's about guiding spirits through to the afterlife. Sounds dark, but
There
it's,
you go.
but it's
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you.
yeah, you play like a spirit guide.
In this
Oh, here you go.
cozy management game, make some lasting memories before you have to say a final farewell to those not long for this world.
As a Spiritfarer Stella, help the spirits of the dead make their way into the afterlife by transporting them across the seas on your handcrafted ferry.
Befriend passengers, customize your boat, explore an imaginative world, or just go wherever the wind takes you. While you may be transporting your spirit friends to the
Fair
afterlife,
Stella, help
it
the
doesn't
spirits
mean
of
you
the
can't
dead
have a little
make their
fun
way into
along the way.
afterlife by You'll be able to set sail
today.
very soon, as Spiritfarer makes its maiden voyage on Nintendo Switch later today.
Oh yes! Nice. Is that everything or just Switch? I wonder.
Yeah, so you called it. I mean, it's coming out later today. That's interesting.
Yeah, man. I wonder if it's Xbox as well, though. And elsewhere. I think it possibly might be.
Games like this, it sounds ironic, but they're just slow paced and just relaxing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You need that sometimes, don't you? Just to chill. After all the explosions. Garden Story.
Hi, I'm Pikagram, the developer for Garden Story. One of my goals for Garden Story is to inspire community stewardship and showcase the importance of coming together to help one another.
What's up,
when
Ashy
times get
Mark?
tough.
Thanks for
I hope
popping in.
players enjoy the world that I've created and perhaps learn to call it a home away from home.
Hi, I'm Jenny from Rose City Games.
That's Kim
We're proud to
Chica.
be working with Picogram to bring this game to life and super excited to announce Garden Story will be coming to Nintendo Switch, which means you'll be able to hang with fruity friends both at home and on the go.
The time is right, and there's a community to save in the wholesome action-adventure game Garden Story.
While newly appointed Guardian Concord may only be a grape fresh off the vine, it's up to them to help rebuild their community and stave off the dangerous rot.
Cultivate friendships, gather precious resources, and restore buildings to help unite the grove, so everyone can enjoy the fruits of their labor together.
Garden Story, will bloom on Nintendo Switch next year.
You've crash landed on an alien world, and the only way to go is down.
Surrounded by water on all sides, dive into the depths
never
of
played Subnautica. This
Subnautica's
game's already out,
vast
right?
oceans to collect resources,
Is this?
craft underwater structures.
You thinking
and
this is
uncover
Subnautica, aren't
just
you?
what happened to
Yeah.
this
It
watery
looks like
world.
it, but it's not. I don't think. Is it?
If you really want to delve deep, build your own submarine
It might
and
be,
discover
actually.
the exotic flora and fauna
Yeah, I
that
think it
call
is.
this planet home. Just watch out for some of the more aggressive animals that may not take kindly to your expeditions.
I've not
And
played
for explorers
Subnautica. It
seeking
looks
a
like
frozen
Subnautica.
adventure, the sequel,
Yeah, this is-
Subnautica
this is
Below
Subnautica.
This
Zero,
is-
will have divers trying
They're
to
showing both
survive
games.
the frigid temperatures of Planet 4546b.
It's supposed to be really good if you enjoy that sort of stuff.
And Subnautica
Yeah.
Below Zero will both launch on Nintendo Switch
survival.
next year.
Stuff like Grounded but underwater.
Yeah, see, Cam said it's on Game Pass now.
This animation
Subnautica.
style really
Yeah, I never
is
played it.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Naruto.
Naruto.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
As
Yeah.
young game designer to be, Takeshi, your goal is to
Oh, this looks
entertain
cool.
your the latest chapter of your game in this charming RPG.
Choose the monsters that Hiroshi faces on his quest and craft cool challenges, but don't make things too difficult. You'll need to strike a delicate balance to make your game a truly unforgettable adventure.
Discover this heartwarming
So you kinda like the
tale of
Dungeon Master in this
brotherly
game?
bonding when Takeshi and
Interesting.
Hiroshi launches on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, this is the
later
one
today.
I saw. The Indian game that looked cool. I didn't get a chance to
Oh
play the
yeah,
demo.
Raji. Yeah.
Yeah, Raji. But
Yeah, I
it's
played
cool.
this
like,
one.
This is a different game. Like what other games have we played that talked about? the
I know. Ancient India as a theme. It's a really cool game. I enjoy playing this. So I did a stream on the channel. So if you want to check that out, if not, I just
Are you getting like
give it a thumbs up.
Prince of Persia vibes, huh?
Yeah,
A little bit.
it's cool. It's like 3D. Go anywhere. The lore's done really well as well.
That's cool. That looks like a cool game. I'm almost like we'll check that one out.
Wonder when that's coming out. It's pretty good so far, guys. I'm enjoying this.
Hi, I'm Shruti Ghosh, one of the co-founders and art directors at Nodding Heads Games. I'm here to talk to you about our very first title, Raji, an Ancient Epic. Raji is an action-adventure game set in ancient India that dives deep into the rich tapestry of Indian culture, taking inspiration from Hindu and Balinese mythology. All of us here at the studio have grown up hearing such wonderful Hindu tales of epic proportions, surrounded by architectural marvels and the vast diversity India has to offer. We hope you'll enjoy playing Raji as much as we have loved and enjoyed making it.
Yeah, these are like the
Defend
cutscenes,
world
the
against the forces of the mighty
puppet
demon
theatre
lord
thing.
in Raji, an Ancient Epic.
Give us a release date.
In this intense action-adventure, mastering divine weapons such as the fearsome Sharanga bow and the three-pronged Trishula is vital to your survival.
With a striking art based on ancient Pahari paintings and the medieval architecture of Rajasthan, this is an adventure unlike any you've seen before.
Polish your weapons and get ready to battle when Raji,
wow.
an Ancient Epic, releases later today as a
Today.
timed console
See, I
exclusive
told you
on
they'd bring
Nintendo
it.
Switch.
Yeah, nice.
They always do an awesome
From
job
decorating
on these.
the rooms to
these,
attracting new
showcases.
customers to managing your guests, there's barely a dull moment in quaint management adventure, Bear and Breakfast.
As fresh-faced innkeeper Hank, it's your job to turn this dilapidated shack into a thriving B&B.
This game here is gonna do well on the Switch.
Customize each room to
Animal-
your heart's
animal,
content. Increase your
crossing market.
establishment's reputation.
Yep.
And watch as customers flood in to stay at your little slice of paradise. Did we mention Hank's a bear?
Just be careful about what dwells deep within the forest as your business expands. You never know what secrets are hiding out there in the wilderness.
Be among the first to book your reservation when Bear and Breakfast launches on Nintendo Switch as a timed console exclusive next year.
Lace up your walking boots, Ariko. We're going
Short
on a hike.
Explore the peaceful mountain
Supposed to be
landscapes
amazing, this
of
game.
Hawk Peak Provincial Park in a short hike. a game all about going at your own pace.
Whether you stick to the marked trails or go a-wandering through the back country, there's plenty to discover as you take in the world around you. You can even find some treasure hidden off the beaten path.
Make sure to say hi to the other hikers making their way around the park too. They're bound to lend you a helping hand. You can even go for a jaunt on the water, should the mood strike you.
There you go, Clownz. Nice relaxing one for you.
Very soon.
Yep.
As a
I
short
was
hike
just about to
launches
say that. It's
later
never getting
today
Oh, wait.
on
when you're
Nintendo Switch.
stressed
It's a
out.
time
Yeah,
console
man.
exclusive.
Just let us know the audio's imbalanced. That's why I've been hovering the mouse, Master Mayhem. if you can hear everything all good, let me know. If you can't, cool.
Interested cheating at cards?
Interesting. Ooh, cheeky. Go away.
Card shark. Nobody cheats me.
Cool art style.
Bonjour. My name is Nicolas.
Cheers, guys.
I am delighted to present to you Card Shark, the new game from Neria, the team that brought you reigns, kings and queens. On Card Shark, I have two roles. I am both the artist and the card sheet. As a wild card of its genre, our game will teach you real card tricks and manipulations. We are thrilled to bring Card Shark.
Yeah, so you don't want to bet this guy ever.
Switch.
Sorry, you don't know what?
You do not want to bet a game of cards
Yeah.
against this guy.
Cheat your way
Yeah.
to the top of 18th century French society in Card Shark, a new adventure that's all about playing your cards right.
As you move from the parlor to the king's table, build up your array of card tricks and use your ill-gotten gains to buy your way into some truly high-stakes games.
Just make sure you don't get caught. Your fellow gamesters do not take kindly to cheaters.
Card Shark will make its opening gambit on Nintendo Switch next year.
Ooh.
Taste dungeon crawler.
Yeah. That's nice.
This looks hella hectic.
Yeah, it's quite busy. Not seen that before. Oh, Torch? Hey? That wasn't Torchlight.
Fame, glory, and
Upgrade
gear
from Torchlight
await in the
series.
land of Novestria, and it's up
It's
to
usually
you
side on, isn't
and
it?
fellow heroes of the frontier to go and find them.
Set a century after the events of the previous game, Torchlight 3 tasks you with delving into the foul dungeons of Alburn to take
What's
on
up,
powerful
Xbot?
foes
Thanks
and
for popping
collect
in, bro. I
more
really appreciate
precious,
you.
Precious treasure.
For those who wish to flaunt their glittering hoard, you can build your own forts, where you can upgrade and show off your gear to the world.
And what's up, Osmo Sisp and Leka
animal
Pan
lovers will be happy
Flappy?
to know
Thank
that
you very
pets
much for
make
popping in,
their
guys.
return, complete with their own skill sets to assist you on your journey for even shinier plunder.
Your legend awaits when Torchlight 3 comes to Nintendo Switch this fall. And when it does, adventurers on Nintendo Switch will get this exclusive Red Fairy pet.
Ooh, I
I
know
don't
this.
know about you,
Manifold
Tyler,
Garden.
but I feel like I'm in an optical illusion.
Manifold Garden draws inspiration from physics-defying artworks to create
Looks
some
cool, this
truly
game.
mind-bending puzzles where gravity is yours to manipulate.
You'll need to change your perspective if you hope to navigate through these infinitely repeating structures. Don't worry about falling infinitely, though. Gravity will bring you right
The art
back
style
where you
kind of
started,
reminds me of
should you
like
take
of
a wrong
Grease, the
turn.
colours. If you've
Wrap
played
your
that
head
game.
around these perspective-twisting
different.
puzzles
Yeah,
soon,
right.
as
GRIS, yeah, the side-on
later
game, you know,
today
yeah.
on Nintendo Switch.
Nice. Judzilla, what's up, bro? Interesting mechanics.
Yeah, it is interesting. I'm getting a little bit of Ori vibes.
I was definitely. I didn't want to say it because it's, you know, sometimes disrespectful, but sometimes it's a compliment. So it looks cool. I like it.
Hi, my name's Kent. I'm the director of Evergate.
And I'm Cynthia.
Yeah, they are. A
and
lot
I'm
of them
the
to play
artist on
today or
Evergate.
late tomorrow. Or whatever.
Evergate has been a passion project for the last 4 years.
I think I've heard about
It
this
is
game,
a
actually.
dreamlike 2D puzzle platformer set in the afterlife, where you must guide a childlike spirit named Key on a journey through life, death, space, and time.
With Evergate, we wanted to introduce a fresh, new mechanic, the Soul Flame, that gives players an extraordinary flexibility in how they navigate the afterlife, while also giving an experience with heartfelt emotion that we hope will touch players with its innocence and humanity.
Thank you to everyone who has supported us in making this dream a reality. We are extremely excited to be bringing Evergate to the Nintendo Switch.
Help Key traverse the afterlife in Evergate, a haunting yet beautiful adventure from Stone Lantern Games.
As you journey through this ethereal world, use Key's powerful soul flame to slow down time and unleash the unexpected powers hidden within the mysterious crystals that dot the landscape.
With clever use of the Soul Flame, unlock the power of multiple crystals to solve challenging puzzles.
What's up, Christopher Hart? Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Story about two
Another one
kindred
today.
spirits. When Evergate
You're
launches later today
You're ahead
on
of us.
Nintendo Switch.
GQ.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's almost time for us to wrap this up. But before
Come
we
on now.
go,
Silksong
here's
time.
a quick glimpse at even
Except
more
partners
indie
from around the world,
games
let's
that
see.
our partners,
Oh, partners
from
first,
around the
then
world
the-
are currently hard at work on.
You're ahead
Let's
again,
check them out.
Are you watching the UK one or the US one?
I'm watching the stream on like OBS.
Yeah, they have a Nintendo UK and a Nintendo
Haven.
YouTube. Yeah.
That's cool. You're only about 4 seconds ahead of me, I think.
I'll wait. If it is Silksong, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. If it's Silksong, the mic's gonna blow up, I think. Red Lantern, good to see that again. Autumn still on track then, that's good. That looks cool. Survival roguelike. Kind of cool game. They're doing a lot about today, aren't they?
Game,
Sweet. They're here and
Struggle
now.
game looks kind of weird.
That's a creepy game. That's a UK Daz game right there.
This Inmost looks good. I don't know where
Oh,
you guys are
Inmost.
at. But
Yeah, I'm behind. Yeah, it's just come up Inmost. Yeah, Inmost. That's been out on Apple Arcade for ages, actually. But it's really cool game though. Really cool. Yeah. It's not out on anything else yet, I don't think. Chidrum says that was EGX. I like these little reels. It's always good to see some stuff like how they've moved on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, just how they develop and stuff.
Yeah. Ogonna too.
Oh, guess not. We were wrong.
What was that?
And that's our show.
Come on.
Thank you so much to all
One more
of them.
thing.
Sounds like
Was
a
that you,
goose.
Tyler?
Oh, of course.
Oh no, they're loose!
No.
Roll the trailer.
No, that's not the one more thing, is it? I don't
Yeah, it
believe it.
Yeah, and Total Goose game.
That is outrageous.
Game of the year for somebody's publication. I forgot who named it.
Where's my Silksong? And then one more thing again. Silksong.
just for indie.
Yeah, well, not just for me, but you should check out the interwebs. They're all probably saying where's Silksong right now on the Nintendo stream.
Oh, a 2-player update.
Oh, okay. At least that's something.
Double trouble.
I was coming out on my birthday.
Oh, you're the 23rd. Mine's the 22nd.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yours is on the 21st? The hell?
23rd.
Is it over?
Is it?
Yeah.
21st,
As
22nd,
always,
23rd. That's
it was a
weird.
pleasure.
That's so random.
By the way, we're hosting an indie sale
Oh,
over
yeah.
on Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch right now, including discounts on some of the games we showed in this presentation.
So me and
Make
Clownz
sure
are
to check it
Virgos
out
and
later
Indy,
today.
you're Libra, huh?
Yeah, it's
On
like the
behalf
cusp.
of everyone at
Yep.
Nintendo, a big
'cause,
thank you to all
August
of our
21st.
amazing partners and developers who are hard at work
It's
bringing
August
their labors of
21st
love
to September
to Nintendo
22nd, I
Switch.
think, of your Virgos.
And of course,
and after my
thanks to
birthday,
all of you
they're
out there for
Libras.
tuning in.
Until next time,
Leo.
Happy gaming.
That's cool.
Oh.
It wasn't the bestest of the whole wide world of indie worlds, but it was a good one. They've done some amazing ones, but yeah, it's often Goose Game is a popular game, so a lot of people will dig that for sure. But for me, no Silksong. I can't deny a little bit of sadness there. But yeah, just to get a little instant reactions, guys. What did you think about it? First with Clownz, if you like, buddy. What did you think?
Say I was sort of impressed. There's a couple games in there that I really want to play. I want to play the Inmost that you said was already on Apple. That's my type of game. That looks good.
It looks cool.
I liked what was it called? The Evergate game, the one with the Ori vibes. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yep, that's right.
Spiritfarer, I like that.
Yes.
I like the artwork in that. Hades, I thought looked really good.
Yep.
Torchlight 3 looks like a fun-paced dungeon kind of explorer. It looks faster paced than most of the other ones, so I'm excited for that.
Nice.
And what was the other one? The Garden Story, I think it was called.
Oh, yep, that you
that
said
it?
was quite chill.
Yep.
Yep, that's
I like
Garden
that.
Story, yep.
I was actually hoping that was coming out today because I
Yeah.
could be ready for
Just
that one.
perfect day for chilling. Yeah.
And you know what though? A Short Hike. I'm a little bit mediocre on the art, but
I am as well, my friend. But I've heard so many good things. That's why I say it looks. A lot of people have said it's a really great game, and the art style I'm a bit funny on as well. I have to say, sorry to cut you off. But
Because it looks kind of fuzzy to me. Like,
yeah.
I had to, it was draining my eyes. I was like, ooh.
Imagine it on a big screen as well.
Right. It's watching it on like it's like the SD version. If you watch like a show on SD instead of HD, you can notice instantly, and that's kind of the vibe I got from that. Not to say the game isn't bad, but visually, that's what I got. My
Yeah.
bad, Clownz, go ahead.
Sorry, we sorry we
that's
cut you
right.
off. Yeah.
That's okay. It kind of looks like one of those relaxing games though. Like if you're having a rough day and
Yep.
you just having a bad day, you just boot that up and just like, I'll just fly around and walk around and do nothing, mindless, numbing fun with music in the background. I mean, that's that type of game for me.
Definitely. No, I mean, I would totally agree. I think I've heard a lot of good things from people who tend to know this stuff. So, that I think it's worth checking out if you're thinking about it. Actually, when you go, you've got a good memory, by the way, Clownz. You went through that very nicely. Well done, buddy. Yeah, he's kind of reminded me of actually. I always get that sort of like, because you've got one thing missing at the end, maybe that you wanted. You're thinking, it's good, but then actually when you go through them, it's actually pretty damn good what they've put out there. And FC, what did you reckon to it, buddy?
Yes. So a lot of what Clownz said, but for me personally, obviously the game that was the Ori like definitely caught my eye instantly when I saw that. I was like, okay, see, they know what the real game of the year indie game is, but clearly inspiration from that. So that game, Raji, looks really really good. It's giving me old school Prince of Persia vibes, which I really like with the mythology behind it, and you're learning a different culture, which is always cool for me, man. Like I've always stated, like being able to have diverse games and people that are represented in these games, and you have like Indian, like people from India are making this game, so it's cool, man. I want more cultures to do that, just to not even for education purposes, just new stories, man. So I'm curious to see what that game looks like.
Raji's really, really cool, and they've done, like I say, sorry to cut you off again, but just to add to what you were saying about Raji, they are paying a lot of attention to like lore and stuff like that. They've got like when you as you move around, there's like a narration of the game. There's two narrators, kind of. There's one female and one male narrator, and they sort of talk to each other. It's kind of like spiritual. And when you move around, there's lots of like murals and stuff on the wall painted, which look really nicely done as well. And they're like, you know, in ancient gods and stuff like that. And it looks really nicely done and very like they know what they're talking about and they know what they're doing with the visual style, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I think it will be good in that regard.
Yeah, and then the Dante game looks really cool. Really cool art style. And the game seems to be a little bit not difficult, but it has that itch if you want to get some type of difficulty in your games, because obviously when you die, you kind of have to like, because you're already dead, you just kind of just come back to life.
Which game was that you were talking about then? Sorry.
It's called Dante, right? Where you're Hades. I'm sorry, Hades.
Oh, Hades. Sorry. Yep. That's all right. No worries.
Dante with the look. The guy looks badass. But
yeah. Hades is available to play on Steam at the moment. So if you wanted to, I think when did they say the release was for that on this? They said Switch release or?
Did they say that? Did they say today?
I think that might have been one of the ones which was a bit later. I'm not sure. I have to double check. I'm just going to try and get it up if we and have a look at a few bits that we've seen.
And the last one for me was Spirit Fairy. It looks really cool, and I like a little bit of the management with your boat and stuff. So you know, a little chill game to play and look into.
Yeah, Spirit Fairer. Yeah, that's right. Yep. No worries. But yeah, that game is definitely chill, but I think at the same time it will be emotionally powerful because of the content, if you know what I mean. I think they're tackling a sort of they're bravely tackling the whole topic of death, if you know what I mean, with hopefully in a classy way, if you see what I mean, like rather than, you know, it doesn't get tackled that much, does it, that kind of topic. So yeah, I think it's brave of them to do that, and if they can do it in a way where it's sort of like, you know, you're helping people, because all the animals on there are like people who have died, and then you have to give them things that they like in their life, like say they enjoyed knitting or whatever it might be, you give them some knitting stuff, you know, that kind of thing. And you also have to build your sort of ship to make it like so there's some like crafting elements, and you have to make it sort of like a haven, and then they can move on into the afterlife. That's kind of the gist I've got so far of it, which sounds really cool. And because at the end as well, you sort of say you're ready now, and then they move on to the afterlife, like I say. So that's you probably grow quite, if they've done the game well, if you'd probably grow quite attached to the character, I imagine, and then it's probably quite a big thing. So, but yeah, I think I'm really up for Spiritfarer. And what about you guys in the chat? What did you like? What did you see? Anything that grabbed your attention? Was there anything in particular? And was there anything else from you, FC, that you saw that you liked?
No, that's from what I can remember. Like, my memory's not as good as Clownz. I don't remember the name and the actual number amount. It's like at 453. Like,
that was amazing, Clownz. I know you got like a photographic memory, buddy.
I don't know that too well. I just know the game that caught my eye the most, and that's usually in my forefront of my brain. So, what about you, Indy? What about you, my guy?
Well, like I say, Spiritfarer definitely was definitely right up there. I'm just gonna change this on the screen because I can't seem to find the video. While I 1 second, sorry guys, I'm being unprofessional. There we go. At least that's something on there. Yes, I mean, Spiritfarer was definitely awesome to see that again, and the fact that I'm really keen to have a search on the internet to see if that's Xbox and PC, everything today, because they wouldn't say it's out on Xbox as well, obviously on a Nintendo showcase. So I'm interested whether that just might mean it's obviously today on Switch, but hopefully elsewhere as well. I don't play my Switch as much these days. Now I've got the PC. I play PC and Xbox, really, to be honest, because the Switch was kind of my indie box. I didn't play any first party on there anyway, so sort of I'm just getting all the other indies that I don't get on Xbox on PC now. But anyway, that's beside the point. Spiritfarer definitely looked really cool. I've loved everything I've seen of that so far. There's really nice art style that they're doing with that game, but also the content, like I say, is really cool that they're tackling that subject. Raji, really up for that game. Great to see Hades again. I kind of need to go back. Like I said, I'm not as good as Clownz. I kind of need to go back to check if Hades was that a 1.0 release. Did any of you guys notice that?
No, I did not.
No, I think it must be. I guess they didn't say it was still in. Well, if it's Switch, they don't do early access, do they? I don't believe. So potentially that means it is the full deal. But yeah, again, have to check that. But Hades looks really cool. It's got a lovely art style, but also really cool gameplay and fast action. Again, it's from Supergiant, who made Bastion and Transistor. I don't know if you've checked those games out. The game looks a similar bit to like Transistor, which is another cool game to check out. But yeah, Goose Game. I have to say, I was a little bit disappointed with that as the little gem at the end. It's usually, well, it was big, but it just wasn't up my street for the end. I've finished Goose Game, but it's slightly overhyped in my opinion. I can see why it's become so massive. It is dead funny. I laughed my ass off, but at the same time, it didn't have much legs in the longevity factor for me. Have you guys played Goose Game at all? Or?
No, I haven't had a chance to play it. It seems like a troll game, just to play, just to fuck around.
Yeah.
Unleash your inner troll, as they say.
Well, yeah, exactly. How about yourself, Clownz?
I did, because I believe it was in Game Pass. I don't know if it still is, but I tried it out.
Yeah, I think so.
And, I mean, I had a lot of fun in it. I did get stuck on one of because it's kind of like a puzzle game at the same time as like you troll everything in the game. And I got stuck on one of the puzzles, but I had a lot of fun with it. And, one thing I like about these kind of games was that they pop weird achievements and stuff that I did on them. I didn't even realize I was going to get achievements for, but I did. So
I know what you mean.
It was kind of fun.
It definitely did have that kind of stuff going on. I'm being maybe a little bit harsh because it did make me laugh a lot, and like things like where you go into in the shop and you're on the TV screens and stuff like that, and you like come up behind someone, push him in the lake, and, and get the glasses off the boy. It does make you laugh a lot, and it's nice to see it, and it is different and unusual, and it's nice to see different kinds of games. But I kind of grew a bit by the time I was at the end. Actually, the ending is really cool too. Like, did you finish it, Clownz, or the main story, or
on Goose Game?
Yeah. Did you run through the town? Oh, that's such a cool bit actually. That sort of brightened it up a little bit for me. Yeah, where you get the, I don't want to ruin it, but you get the bell and then you run through. That's not really ruin it, I don't think. You get the bell and you run through the town, and it's just hilarious because everyone's going mental and the bell's ringing and the town's basically in like craziness. It's fun. It's a fun ending, but like I say, I didn't feel like compelled to play more. I think there were more achievements to get, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to carry on with it really. But I was pleased that I played it nonetheless. But yeah, like it's annoying because the stream has actually disappeared, which is a bit annoying. I was hoping I'd be able to rewind back, but I don't think I can. What I think they're going to do is probably upload a video of the actual stream, so we can't backtrack on it. Let me have a look again. Yeah, that's not working. You can't see a stream, can you guys, that I can pull up of the indie world? I think
like the highlights already.
Yeah, just to sort of like remind ourselves of any games that we've missed that we haven't talked about, if you see what I mean.
Let me see.
I think it, because what happened is it's just gone to the video is unavailable of the same video we had. It's like I can't seem to see any, but that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
No worries. They haven't uploaded something straight away, have they? They have. They've uploaded a video already, I think. Let me just pull that up just for a quick. Oh no, hang on. What's going on? 1 second. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves for about 2 secs if you don't mind, guys.
There's one game that we didn't really discuss, was the one that FC Violent asked if you're a Watch Trinity, was the Hypnospace Outlaw. And I, at first when I first saw this game, I wasn't really sure about it. But after I saw the Nintendo Indie World demo, I kind of liked the look of it. So I'm kind of excited to play it. And here's the funny part about this, right? Jay Tholen is the developer of that game, and he's also a developer of Dropsy the Clown. I don't know if you remember that one, but
no.
Oh, hang on. I do know that. I think you've done a video on that on your channel, didn't you? Is that
yep,
one?
Inferno.
Yes.
Inferno interviewed him at PAX, and
that is
the
so weird
ironic
because I
thing
watched
is-
that recently. That is so weird that you said that.
Yep.
I was
And the
thinking-
ironic,
Go on.
the crazy thing is, we wanted to get him on the show for Dropsy the Clown because we were all interested. Because that game was very unique when he developed it. Like, you don't even need to listen to words or anything. It's all about emotions and, kind of stuff. And it turns out that Jay Dolan went to high school with my wife.
Oh,
No
wow.
way.
Like, they rode the same bus. They knew each other. So it was really
weird.
strange.
That's cool.
That is. Oh, that's not there, is it? Let's see there we go. Sorry about that, guys. And good job for talking. I'm terrible at doing things at the same time. It is so much harder than it looks, talking and doing OBS in the background, getting stuff up. But anyway. Yeah, so... yeah, I watched that. That's so weird that you said that, because I was looking through some of your old, because I really just love looking at like interviews and stuff, like with devs, and I was getting a bit of inspiration, I have to admit, for like trying to do the one I did recently, because it was my first interview with a developer. So I was a bit like, let's try and get inspiration from people who know what they're doing. And it's got 4 guys with quarters, they know what they're doing. So I had to look at some of those and sort of like, get a feel for it. But anyway, yeah, and I watched that one. That is so weird that you said that. But yeah, so let's just have a little...
For your first interview with a developer, man, you did a good job. I watched it.
Thanks, buddy.
And that's one game I'm definitely looking out for, is that Viking game, bro.
Oh yeah, Song of Iron looks amazing. Definitely, I felt like I was a bit all over the place, but I appreciate the kind words. Hopefully, I'll improve. Again, it's that juggling thing of everything. Like, if I was just, I think I'd be better if I was just him and me in a room. If you see what I mean, anyone, like, because I can really just focus on that. But it's sort of when my mind doesn't seem to work very well at juggling. But there we go. But yeah, like, it was such a pleasure talking to him, and he had so much cool things to say, and yeah, just. Love to do some more of that sort of stuff in the future. But yeah, so I just thought we'd just have a quick look over in case we've forgotten anything. So Hades, grab a bit of this. Yeah, so this was the one you asked me about, wasn't it? I didn't actually catch what this was all about. Obviously, it's quite low-fi, or sometimes games like this don't reveal their charm in a trailer. That's the thing.
Yeah, because to me, I'm like, it kind of goes way old school, like
yeah,
like
it's way old school.
back to
Yeah,
retro days when they did like MMOs.
Yeah, where you say
via
like
text,
walk over there and type it out. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which is interesting. This is for the true retro gamer. This is the vibe I'm getting from it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting to go do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely. Like, people have their vision and they are inspired by all different things in life, and then they decide that's a cool vision, like, and a way to go with their game, which is cool. I think just the variety and diversity and stuff like that. And there's people that will connect with games, in different ways. So it's cool. I'd have to watch the trailer and find out what it's all about, because it doesn't show itself to be, just with the visuals, if you see what I mean. It's probably one of those games where you have to understand the concept to be able to really appreciate it. But yeah, what's up, Flamish? Thanks for popping in, buddy. Really appreciate you. And everyone else who's been watching with us, guys, we really appreciate you hanging. Let us know any I will check that in a moment, Master Mayhem. Anything that you grabbed you, just let us know. Any questions that you have about anything, also let us know. We didn't see any Ori on the Switch, Ori and Will of the Wisps, that is, revealed for the Switch today. One other thing that we didn't mention before was the potential of Disco Elysium. I think that Disco Elysium will make its way onto console at some point, but it wasn't today, unfortunately. But yeah, it's kind of... Yes, I'd say that. At the same time, it's quite a... I think it still will make its way to console for definite, but like it's quite a PC based game, isn't it? It's sort of I don't want to diss any console users, because I'm one as well as PC, but like it's a lot of reading. It's that, and it's like, it's that kind of feel to it, isn't it? But I think it will definitely make its way. It's been a very successful game, and it's still in your backlog as well, isn't it, FC?
Yeah, I haven't. I literally played maybe a couple hours into it, and I have to go back. It's definitely in my backlog.
Yeah,
You mentioned it, I'm like, oh shit, I still
it's
got.
sorry, yeah, sorry. You're like, don't mention it. It's like one of those. I'm afraid there was no Silksong news. Lil Bop, I'm afraid to say I was gutted as well. If you were looking forward to that, but maybe I just at the end of the day, I want it to be when they feel like it's ready and stuff like that. And I think that is cool by me. Make it as awesome as they want to. They're a very small team, and they want to. They're perfectionists and artists, so it will be when it's ready. I'm thinking next year is probably, obviously maybe late next year, I think. But yeah, so jumping around a little bit. So here's your garden story, Clownz. Give us a take if you have anything else on it.
Well, with Garden Story, I just like the way that it kind of reminded me of Stardew Valley. I
Yeah.
think the kind of like the layout was very reminiscent of that style of game, and even though I think they said like a fruit or something or a vegetable. I don't exactly remember that part, but you're a purple thing. And you go around and you try to rebuild stuff. You help out your village, your people, and you just move on to the next thing. And it's just, I don't know, like those kind of games are very relaxing to me, and it's not as much work as Animal Crossing was. I played New
Yeah.
Horizons, and I felt like that, like I owed my life to Tom Nook, and everything I did, I had to pay Tom Nook back. And this game, it's just like, hey, we need help with this. Just scour some bushes and see what kind of stuff you can find. Probably looking trash cans underneath the wall. You know what I mean? So it just looks exciting for me. Like I would really just love to dive into that game. I spent so many hours in Stardew Valley. Every time like I was having a bad day or I was just really annoyed, I'd boot up Stardew Valley, and that music would
Yep.
just put me like in a better mood. And then like the nostalgia for the older style pixel art was just like right
Yes.
there in front of my face, and it was just, I sunk so many hours just relaxing on the game, and I made it to like the end of, what was it, like the cave or something that you had to go in to collect resources, made it all the way to the last level on that, and
Nice.
man, it was a lot of fun. Just so, and
Yeah.
Garden Story looks like it's going to be like that, but
It
maybe
does,
a shorter
yeah.
version. So, man, I'm just excited to dive in. I really wish that stuff was coming to Xbox too, but I will definitely play it on my Switch for sure.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, because there's so much different things you can get out of gaming. It's not just about blasting people away. Like, obviously that's fun sometimes too, but but it's cool that you see that side of it and appreciate the different feelings that you can get from games. Like the other day when I shouldn't admit this too often, but the other day when I played Arise: A Simple Story, I finished that off, which is a really cool game. I had a little tear, which doesn't happen that often, but it's a very emotional story, and that game is so nicely done. I think a lot of people would really appreciate that game. I keep saying it. I've said it on the last podcast as well. Actually when we were streaming Fall Guys the other day, I said about it. But yeah, just emotional stories, relaxing games, games that test your brain essentially. There's so many different games as well, and things like, obviously it's fun to blast people away sometimes, but it's good to have a bit of variety in your life, isn't it? So what's your take on Raji as we're on it, Clownz, if you want to carry on? Did you enjoy a bit of Raji?
I did, and the reason why I enjoyed Raji is because it had like the Indian mythology to it, and anytime that there's culture in a game, where they really, especially because it's made by Indian devs, so the culture's probably a lot more spot on than, let's say a Western developer, and it really excites me to get into something like that and see what those myths are and what the earlier cultures believed. As far as all that goes, and I just love exciting stuff like that. Thinking back to even Assassin's Creed, like Odyssey and Origins, like the mythology, really excited me, and I can't wait to get into the Norse mythology in Valhalla. So
yeah, that is one thing that they do well as well. And that I diss them quite a lot for the gameplay not being reinvented from game to game, Ubisoft, but they do the mythology stuff really well for sure.
Yeah, they do, and Raji looks like it's gonna have an excellent aspect on that. Even like the cutscenes that we saw, they were like shadow puppets kind of in a way, but still, it just it renesated with you, and it was like, wow,
Yes.
this is kind of cool. Like, I want to hear this from their perspective rather than, somebody who just studies it over here or an encyclopedia perspective. I want to get their version. So
Exactly.
I'm psyched for it, man.
Nice, bro. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. The gameplay is actually, there's quite a bit of depth to the gameplay as well, which I was impressed with. It's not just kick and punch or whatever, simple. It's quite a bit of variety which you can do, different techniques that you can learn by doing certain things to trigger. That's some of that, like what I was saying about the painted murals and stuff like that on the screen at the moment. There's a lot of that going on, which is really lovely. Just put that back on. But yeah, there's quite a lot. The gameplay was actually nicely fleshed out too, as well as being a really nice visual style and a nice cultured game as well. Do you have anything on Raji FC Violent, brother?
Well, I think you guys definitely covered it, man. And just looking at that, and I think the Raji's actually out today on the Switch.
Yeah, man.
But Switch owners, man, definitely look into it. I'm hoping this comes out. I don't know if is it just a Switch exclusive?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because they haven't said.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they are as aggressive to say it's Switch only kind of, but they didn't say it, so I don't know. I have a feeling it's not just Switch. Personally, I think it's.
Yeah, it seems like it would come out on PC or Steam.
I think so. Yeah, the Steam demos have been up for it, and that's where I played it. There was the demo on Xbox, so I think they were trying to release across the board.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was a demo on Xbox recently.
Yes, there was. Yeah, that's right. So
during that week of demos. So
yes, it's coming to Xbox. Yeah,
maybe it's time. It could be a time thing.
It could be. So, yeah, it could be.
We'll see. If it comes out on Xbox, I'll definitely check it out. I have my Switch, but I really don't.
Yeah, use it. I have to say I'm the same. It's like I say, since I got the PC, there's no need for it anymore because all of those. Because I had the Xbox and then I got the Switch, and some of the games weren't coming out on Xbox, come out on Switch. Like there's some smaller indies, kind of like Blood Roots, and it's a game you might not have heard of, but it didn't get an Xbox release. So there's quite a few who, like Katana Zero as well, the Devolver game, that didn't come out. That's just two examples. There's quite a few where they don't come out on Xbox, and although Xbox is doing great and they got loads, but it still would be the case. But they would always come out on PC, so PC has now covered the base on that. So at the moment, it's just a nice little toy on the shelf, the Switch, if you know what I mean. So it's
I have it in my car as emergencies. Anytime I have to do something,
yeah,
take my dog to the groomers or anything like that, and I'll have something to play while I wait.
Nice, that's cool. Beautiful, yeah. So yeah, this game, the cards game, looked quite interesting. Like that's something again I'd have to look into. I kind of like the old-fashioned art style that it's got going on. It reminds me of I think it's called The Procession of something. There's a game which came out and it's all like what's that old? Oh god, the English comedy that everyone knows. The Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. Oh god, I've totally gone blank. You know that comedy program. Please, someone, please save me. Oh god, it's got John Cleese in it. You know it. Someone knows it. But it reminds me of that kind of vibe. There's a game which is similar, like old-fashioned art style, like hand-drawn kind of vibe. I think it looks cool. I can't remember the name of it. Someone will know. What's up, Matt Barnes? Matt Burns every time. It's Burns. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for popping in, Matt. Yeah, but I think as a whole, it's been pretty good. I would say it wasn't as packed quite as much, maybe as other times. But here's the dungeon crawler. Do you guys play many of these kind of games, dungeon crawler style games?
No, I haven't really played a good dungeon crawler game in a long time. So that's probably not really my realm. I don't know if
Clownz perked up when it was on. So how did you feel about it, buddy?
Are we speaking about Torchlight?
Sorry, yeah, I should have told you. Yeah, yeah, Torchlight on the screen. I got it on the screen.
Torchlight. To be honest with you, I was really interested in this one because I like the fast pacedness of it. It just seems like it's a lot faster paced than other dungeon crawlers. I played Diablo 3 a lot. And then I kind of got bored of it because sometimes it feels like it was going slow, or I'd get too exhausted reading the quest and figuring out what I had to do. Where this game just looks like you just like hop in and you just go to battle. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that kind of technique and that style. And the characters look very original in this too. What is that, like an iron walking bottle of
Yeah.
barrel of kegs or
Yeah,
something?
I love that. Yeah,
It
got some good character going on there.
Yeah, they do. It just looks
Yeah.
very creative, and I gotta tell you, man, like I respect devs who think outside the box and change things up a little bit. So I definitely want to support this game, and
Yeah.
try it out.
Nice. Devolver have got a cool looking dungeon crawler. I forget the name. I got a beta invite the other day because I joined the beta squadron, as it's called, for Devolver, to play Fall Guys initially. But then I got an invite to, I forget what the name of it is now. I got a cool. I might have to look this up real quick. A cool dungeon crawler going on. Let me just quickly look it up. Where's my mouse gone? My mouse has disappeared. That is too weird. Sorry, guys, about this. Have you ever had your mouse pointer disappear and you're still working? That is so odd.
Yes.
Have you really? Really? Oh my god, it's actually doing it right now. I can't see where the mouse pointer is. I'm guessing. This is too odd. Oh, there it is. It's back. That is the weirdest thing I've ever had. It's back now. Oh my god. Talk about... It's whenever you do a stream, I think, things go weird. That's what I've noticed. Just always the way. I might have to leave that game in case it messes up. I'm going to test it one more time. 1 second, just because I want to shout it out because it's a cool game. Let's see, where is it? Always disappears when you... Sorry about this. It was in their recent... I'm going to have to leave it, I think. I can't find it for some reason. Forget who the developer was. No, not to worry, guys. If you like dungeon crawlers, there's an upcoming game from Devolver Publishing, topped by Devolver. Looks really cool. So yeah, that is worth checking out, and you can get on the beta as well if you're interested. But yeah, sorry, back on track. Sorry about that, guys. So after Torchlight, we had a bit of Manifold Garden, which is a game I've been looking at for a while. Actually, it's a puzzle game, but I just kind of was drawn in initially, I have to say, by the art style, which reminded me of Grease, the side-scrolling platformer game from Nomada Studio. Which, thank you very much. Master Mayhem Blightbound is the game I was trying to look up by Devolver. Cheers, Master. Oh, God. Yeah, but this, I think it looks kind of cool. I kind of like, do you guys get into puzzle games much, or does this grab your fancy at all?
I played puzzle games here and there, but this one here with that infinite mural, infinite painting thing's actually kind of cool. I don't think a game's ever attacked that before. So and like you mentioned, it has that Gris type of style.
Yes,
it's interesting. This is one of those, like, if you want to have like a brain teaser or just manipulate your mind in a way. This is one of those type of games. I don't know if it was. I don't know if I'd check it out, but it is something. It's cool to look at and watch. But
yeah,
I don't know if I have the time, and then maybe if it was a Game Pass, that would definitely.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, it's one of those kind of games, isn't it? It's cool they got later today release, though. Again, there's a lot of games later today. Moving on from there, did you want to say anything about Manifold Garden, Clownz, before we move on?
No, that game just kind of looked like it would give me a migraine, to be honest. I'm not trying to downplay the game.
Oh, no,
people out
not
there
at all.
that enjoy it, but for me personally, I just feel like that is a migraine inducing type of game that's going to drive me insane. But it looks like it takes a lot of skill to figure that kind of stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the art style draws me in and draws some people in, I imagine. And then it depends on the mechanics at the end of the day, whether the game, like any game really, if the mechanics are good, then it could be a cool game. So it's hard to tell sometimes. But I know this game you guys were quite keen on, especially FC. I think you were quite interested in this particular game. Anything to add on this one, my man?
It's the Ori-inspired game.
Yeah, which I'm trying to think of the name of right now.
I forgot what it's called, but it looks interesting. And ignite your soul flame, you know?
Yeah, anything Ori-inspired for you, Fred.
Yeah,
But
of course. I already like the aesthetics, and it has a cool, I guess, it's a 2D plane, but it has some 3D elements where you actually go towards, and do.
Yeah.
I guess like different puzzle mechanics.
Change the perspective, isn't it? Yeah, you turn on the side axis.
Exactly. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. But
Definitely.
It's definitely a game that I'm interested in because, like I said, man, or any game that's like Ori, I'm always gonna be down for.
Nice, bro. Yeah, no, it looks interesting, definitely. I mean, it seems like it's got quite a lot going on and different things it's trying and stuff like that. Yeah, so what about yourself, Clownz? It's Evergate is the name. How did you think of Evergate, buddy?
Well, this one's kind of like mixed for me, right? Like, I think the graphics are great. I've liked the idea of that, like, memories and stuff come back to you as you complete different tasks in the game. So I definitely want to try it out because I think the mechanics and the graphics are all there where it needs to be, and I think the story's great. I'm just a little bit worried because I didn't really get into Ori that well.
Right. Okay.
Oh my days! Wash your mouth.
I'm surprised.
I know. Just when there's a lot of sad music like Ori has, like I don't like downbeat kind of music, and that,
did you find it downbeat? I thought it was quite uplifting, the soundtrack.
Yeah, for some reason I found it like downbeat, and I thought it made me feel kind of sad.
The first one, right? The first one or the second one?
The first one. I didn't play the second.
The first one is it's pretty sad, but it's like that for a reason. It's an emotional game.
I think it takes you all over the place, to be honest. Personally, this is how I felt about it. Yeah, obviously there are moments where it's more like somber, but there are definitely uplifting moments with the score. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, definitely the chase scenes are uplifting, but it's obviously you totally entitled to your own opinion, Clownz, my man. But yeah, so you didn't get. Did you play the first Ori? Was it you played, or was it the Will of the Wisps that you checked out?
Yeah, but it was the first one.
First one, yeah. Yeah. So translating that into Evergate, is that why you're slightly dubious about it because of the feel of it being similar?
Yeah. That is exactly why. But at the same time, Evergate it kind of hits a little bit different. So I'm gonna try it out, and I really respect the fact that it's like a very small dev team. Look like 3 developers and look like 1 musician. So I kind of want to support that.
Definitely.
And I mean, yeah, they're not actually too far from Inferno either. So
nice. That's cool.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to try it out. I'll let you guys know for sure if I can stick to it or if I give up like I did on Ori, because Ori made me want to sit in a corner and cry.
That's maybe it was how you felt at the time or something.
That's what the game's supposed to do. It's supposed to evoke emotion, you know.
That's just true.
It's not like Hollow Knight where you just gave up.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no, this game. What is this?
It's because you're not enough of a gamer. If you give up on Hollow Knight, you're not a gamer.
Maybe I need to play some like hard rock to it, in the background or something that makes it sound more angry and more like let's kick the crap out of people,
Yeah, definitely. That's a shame about Ori. You've played Hollow Knight, haven't you, as well? Because I was going to say that's more sad. I have to admit, the soundtrack to that has definitely got more of a minor key kind of feel to it. But I love it still. But did you checked out much Hollow Knight, or did you say that earlier? I apologize if I asked you that already.
Check out Hollow Knight, and I like the art style in Hollow Knight. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a real good throwback to like a really good platformer. But the mechanics had me so confused, and I have a lot of people don't have the same problem as me when I play games. The biggest problem I have with games is memory issues, right? Because if my narcolepsy is bad that day, like I'll forget where it came from or where I'm going to.
Sure.
So
yep.
I could be going in circles in Hollow Knight for maybe like 5-6 hours, and then finally realize, hey, I'm still in Hollow Knight. What am I doing?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I mean, I've had that problem in dungeons in Skyrim where dungeons should take 20 minutes, but I was in there for about 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is the way to go. Okay,
yeah.
8 hours later.
So it's kind of the
like,
Metroidvania design that is not compatible. Is that what you say? Because like sometimes you have to do a lot of well, some games are more accessible than others, but like Hollow Knight, you have to find the guy with the map before you even have a map to track the area and stuff like that. So you could just look around and you're just sort of literally looking around in the dark and exploring the area. So I can see how that would get annoying for someone like yourself. And yeah, it's all good. It's all good, brother. We all have our different tastes. But yeah, like where are we here after every gate? Yeah, so it's good to see also like the Red Lantern come up again. I don't know if you guys remember the Red Lantern. It was actually when I'd done a video before, it was in one of the previous Nindies Direct when they used to call it that, and now they've changed it to Indie World. But this game was that was first revealed, I think it was in I can't remember. Whenever I did that video, I think it's 2019, I did like a top 8 of the Nindies Direct, and it was in that one. So it's good to see it come back. I think it'll be kind of cool game. I like the sort of dog sledding kind of. It's like the Iditarod race. I don't know if you've heard of that. Just going back to it quickly, which is out in Alaska. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that being out in that sort of area. But yeah, you sort of it's always funny, right? I find these showcases, you do look back on it, you scrub through it and you see more and more that you probably didn't even see the first time. Like I think the more I look at this, the more I think it was actually a really good showcase. And I'm seeing stuff which I'm definitely looking forward to. Like that game, what was that game with the the legs and the arms? That was a bit bizarre, I have to say, but bizarre does intrigue me quite a lot, I have to say too. I don't know whether it's coming up after this. Yeah, and Haven as well. Have you guys checked out a bit of Haven? That was in the demo event.
No, I didn't get a chance to check out any of the demo events, unfortunately.
Oh, really? No worries, brother. That's all good. Yeah, well, is there anything like last that you want to sort of say to sum up the event? I don't know if we'll do a score thing on that, or do you guys want to do a score for it, or do you want to give a thumbs up, thumbs down, medium? What do you reckon? Just
I don't know about a score. Me personally, I think it was a decent event. It wasn't really any like big blockbuster indies that came to mind in my opinion. Maybe I guess the Goose game, because that's pretty highly acclaimed.
It's a big game.
But for me though, for indies in general, I think it had a pretty good showcase. Some titles in there that I really like. Raji is for me the number one, and so for overall, I would say it was a good indie showcase. But obviously I've seen better. But for Nintendo, for it being quiet, it could have been better, because Nintendo's still been pretty quiet overall. But whatever, for me personally, when I liked, it's a good show. It's a good show. Yeah,
nice, bro. I think it's always. I think what they've done is presented a really good showcase, and it just depends on whether things are standing out to you. Like whether it's, I think the job done is good job done kind of thing. And like I say, like if there's things that grab you, then you get a real big thumbs up. Then, if you see what I mean. That's what I'm saying is, but if say there was Silksong in there, obviously they could have just put Silksong up there and I would have loved it. But if you see what I mean, if there's games which really jump out at you, then that's all good. But they've done a good job as always, which is fantastic in these times. And yeah, thanks FC for that. And Clownz, buddy, I've just paused it on Inmost because that's been going to be released on August the 21st. I know you said you're interested in that, which is pretty cool. That's
my birthday.
Yeah, sweet, brother. They've sorted it out just for you.
This month is getting better and better. And we got Battletoads on the 20th. right? We got Inmost on the 21st. We have Bill and Ted 3 on August 28th. And we got some new shows going to Netflix on the 21st. So
Brilliant.
I'm really excited. And Inmost is just like that extra present for my birthday.
Love
That's
it.
like, Clownz, you were born on a great day, and this is a great month. So now you can play our game since you don't have iOS.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a contentious subject, the old Apple at the moment. Anyway, yeah, I'm so glad. You know, your birthday's soon. Happy birthday, brother. That's wicked.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you guys too. I mean,
well, yeah, we're a month away.
row.
Actually, I think we're September. I'm September. Yeah, I think we got that slightly wrong because we thought you were September 21st.
Yeah, I thought you were September as well.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. It's quite close. Yeah, so FC and me are 22nd and 23rd, which is cool. But yeah, no, happy birthday, Clownz. And what was your sort of overall take for the whole of this Indie World Showcase, buddy?
Gotta say that, you know, I've never watched an indie showcase before, right? So I have to say that I'm very impressed with what I've seen. I thought there was a lot of good stuff shown that I would definitely try out. I don't know if I'd beat everything to completion, but I would definitely try it out for sure because it looks exciting. I can't wait to actually see the next one. I'm hoping maybe the next one we'll see Fall Guys. You know?
Yeah.
So
good chance.
I got my hope up for that. I do. I got my hope up for that one.
I think giving them a little bit of chance to get this sort of stage over with, and they can really focus on the other platforms, I would say. People have been talking about mobile as well for it, so I wonder whether that might happen. Wonder what their priority area will be as well. But yeah, I think Fall Guys will definitely be going to other platforms of some sort. I think that's a certain. Hopefully the crossplay as well. So do you, just quickly as well, final kind of question, what would you say your one highlight was from the event? Let's start FC and then we'll do Clownz. So first, what was your one highlight from this whole event, FC?
Highlight for me, Raji, definitely. It's I'm curious to see what that studio, if it gets the acclaim and the game gets positive feedback, maybe they'll have more eyes and maybe more fun, and they even develop more games in their culture and their whatever else that they want to do. That I guess Western gamers like probably myself, and I don't know, I don't speak for Clownz, but for me personally, I have no idea anything about Indian culture. That if this starts a new wave of other developers doing that, that's cool, man. So that's what I'm looking for. Nice.
That's awesome, buddy. Good shout. I mean, I would definitely agree with Roger. He's looking awesome, and yeah, it's a great pick. And also, let us know in the chat, guys. What was your one pick out of all this today that was your highlight, basically, guys? I'd love to hear about what you think in the not in the comments, or in the comments if you're watching this after, or in the live chat if you're watching it now. And Clownz, what would be your one top pick, buddy?
A lot of people are probably not going to agree with me, but I'm going to say Garden Story.
Nice, bro. Like it. That's cool. That's totally fair enough. You've spoken like a lot about how much I've enjoyed seeing that, and I can see the appeal there, definitely. And I love the fact that you've chosen something outside of what the obvious as well. When is that game coming? Did we see it? That's today as well, isn't it? Or let me just go back to it.
Next year, 2021.
Oh, that was 2021, wasn't it? Yeah. The I don't know if you heard me when I shouted. When the girl talking about it. She's got a YouTube channel and she's working with the Garden Story team. She's called Kim Chika. Did you see the girl who popped up? Hang on, she'll probably just to give her a quick shout out. There. That's why I said Kim Chika when she popped up. She's got a YouTube channel and she does indie game stuff on her channel, and she's now working with Garden Story team. I can't remember in what capacity she's working. She might be doing like marketing side of stuff, but yeah, check out Kim Chika. She's got, if you like, finding out about new indie games and stuff like that, and maybe some Garden Story stuff too.
How do you spell her name?
It's KIMCHI CA or something like that. It's Kim. I think it might be KIMCHIKA maybe. If once I type it, I'd know. But yeah, she's cool though. She does some cool indie game stuff, so definitely worth checking out her channel. Yeah, so nice pick, Clownz, and Garden Story looking nice, relaxing game. Daz says Goose Game for life. Fair enough, buddy. That's cool. And Haven was awesome from Removable Sanity. And I don't think many other peeps have commented on that question, but like I say, it's been a ton of fun today, guys. I'm really pleased we could do a live reaction. I enjoy doing these. It's only the second live reaction I've done on the channel, so I hope you've enjoyed it, guys, who've watched it and people who've joined me for it. Clownz and FC Violent, you are awesome, guys, and it's an honor to sort of chat games with you of any kind, but especially indie games, because I love them and I love hearing your takes on them too. So thanks for joining me, both of you guys. Like I say, it's an honor, and you both got awesome things going on. You've got loads going on, the both of you, with your YouTube channels. You've got good following on Twitter. Always got interesting content, which everyone should definitely check out. FC Violent and Clownz. I've put their links to their channels and Twitter down in the comments. The description. I'll get there in the end. Description below if you wanted to check out those links, follow those. But in general, guys, where can they find you? Starting with our man FC Violent.
Yes, sir. Appreciate coming on, man. It's always a good time talking about indies.
Hell yeah.
Things that we like, man. The passion that you'll see in indie games that you most likely won't see in those big AAA productions, and that's why we played them.
Definitely.
At least for me in general. But you can find me on Twitter, FC Space Violent, and definitely check out the YouTube channel, FC Space Violent, on there as well. You'll catch me every Monday of Vitamin G Gaming Podcast. And my videos I normally do on the weekends, once a week. And if you haven't seen my last one, it's about Halo and what the hell went wrong with that. And there'll be a new video in a couple days as well, talking about I guess it'd be like Xbox Game Studios versus Windows Game Studios and the differences there. So definitely check that out if you're interested in that type of stuff, man. Anyway, thanks again, and keep it gaming.
Hell yeah, buddy. Nice. That's good stuff. Definitely check out FC stuff. It's really great. And the podcast on the Monday as well, Vitamin Gaming podcast on Monday nights. I believe you go in the UK, you're at 12 o'clock in the UK. I'll allow you to convert that time for yourself. And Clownz, my man, it has been awesome hanging with you, buddy. A couple of times we haven't been able to get synced up, and so I tried to get you on once before and things didn't quite work out. So I really do massively appreciate you coming on today, bud. And I would love to get you on for the actual podcast sometime too, to chat in a full podcast environment, as you got some awesome takes always, buddy, and you're a great friend as well. Both of you guys are great friends, and both of you guys have awesome takes. So thanks, Clownz, for coming on today, buddy. And where can everybody find you, the legend?
Every Monday, usually about 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Guys with Quarters on YouTube, at 4GWQ Podcast on Twitter, and then my personal stuff is pretty much all at Italian Clownz on almost everything with a Z. So I look forward to connecting with the community and getting into more indie games as we go forward.
Nice, bro. Very well said. Short and sweet. Love it. More indie games. Love spread throughout the community is always a good thing, in my opinion. There's a lot of cool games out there of all types, but sometimes the indies get overlooked. It's almost a cliche, but unfortunately it's the truth. And being able to spread the message for those great little games, which are often even better than the big budget games, in my opinion, and hopefully some other people's opinion around here too. Those games are awesome, and being able to share them with a community, it means the world to me. So massive thank you to everybody in the chat. You are all awesome. I see a lot of familiar faces, like the legendary UK Dazarus, my good friend, and Master Mayhem, another good friend. Gonna shout a few of you guys out because you're all awesome. Flamish, great to see you, brother. Matt Burns, I said your name right this time. Always good to see you, Matt. And what have we got here? Wow, that is a hard to say name. We've got Lil Bop, and then we've got Jegathezason. I haven't seen you before. I apologise if I got that wrong. And yes, sadly, there is no Silksong news. I've got a tear as well. Who else have we got? Xbot popped in. Thank you very much for popping in, Xbot. Christopher Hart, good to see you. First time in here, I believe, my friend. Thanks for popping in. And Jeepers, was great to see you again, my friend. And I hope you're doing well. And Osmo Sisp and everyone else who popped in as well. We all are awesome, and it means the absolute world, guys. So thank you. And we will be doing a indie games podcast again. We're on a sort of monthly basis at the moment. We'll see in how that goes, and potentially it might, if we feel the need, we might go up to a fortnightly thing, but that is something we'd have to assess. But yeah, at the moment it's the monthly podcast, and I think the next one is going to be on the 5th of August. So, but just if you follow me on Twitter, and then you will see the notification of when that is going to be happening. I'll post about it, and etc., with all who is going to be on, etc. But yeah, just keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, I will be doing other indie game content on the channel. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, it would mean the world if you would drop a sub, because being able to grow this community, like I say, means a lot. And it's all about coming together to share a good common passion for indie games. So feel free to sub. It would mean a lot to me. And I will leave it there, guys, because it's been a little bit longer than we thought. And I would just like to say one final thank you to everybody, including the panel and chat, and anyone who watches after. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below about maybe your highlight. Drop me a comment about your highlight from the whole event. Okay then, guys, thank you once again. You are all awesome, and I will catch you real soon out there in the community, no doubt, and